お前はどこまで見えている。俺の死に様か。
On the 10th of October, the famous blonde lay on the bed that stood in his house. He was given a home after the Fourth Shinobi World War. He will soon receive the post of Hokage, but before that he must complete his final mission as Umbu Hokage. Naruto went to the table, said Kurama. Kurama suddenly turned out to be a girl. This was revealed after the battle between Naruto and Sasuke in the Valley of the End, when the blonde was on the verge of life and death. Flashback. After Naruto and Sasuke collided, the blonde began to lose consciousness and slowly die. At this moment, Kurama became worried about her beloved. Naruto! Naruto! Kurama shouted. Kurama gave almost all of her chakra to Naruto, and the wound slowly but surely began to heal. Having calmed down, she saw Naruto in her subconscious. Transforming into her human form, she ran up to the blonde. The guy was surprised when he saw Kurama, but not much, because he already assumed that Kurama was a girl. My guess turned out to be correct, he said with a grin. How are you feeling and what are your guesses? Asked the fox. Fine. I have long assumed that you are a girl, the structure of your body is more feminine than masculine, and the way you speak is more suitable for a girl, said the blonde. End flashback. I'm on my way, Naruto said as he walked into the kitchen. After they had lunch, Naruto's Umbu mark lit up. Did you call Hokage-sama? He said. Yes, Fox, not far from the border of the fire, there is a group of S-rank Nukemine. I think it won't be difficult for you to figure it out, said Fifth. There is Hokage herself, he said and went to the right place. Arriving there, he saw the camp of those same Nukemine. Naruto began to take out a kunai from his pouch and slowly approached the camp, and then one Nukemine noticed him. Wow, the bloody fox himself, I think we can kill you, said Nukemine and called the others. While everyone was distracting Naruto, one of them was putting down the seals of summoning the god of death. After Naruto dealt with the others, he noticed that Nukemine had summoned the god of death. The fox tried to stop him, but it was too late. That guy's body had already dropped dead and Naruto began to feel like he was slowly dying. The blonde resisted, but even Kurama's chakra did not help him, and then Naruto was enveloped in darkness. When he woke up, the guy realized that he was lying in a circle of letters, and around him there were people in black cloaks. Oh, hello, great heroes. We called you to repel the waves that could destroy our kingdom, said the guy in the center. Naruto noticed 4 more people in the room. They had a shield, a sword, a bow, and a spear. Deciding to examine himself, he noticed a white mask on his shoulder. While the blonde was examining himself, the guy with the spear decided to start a dialogue. Why did you call us without asking if we were okay, he said. Everyone nodded in agreement, only the brunette remained silent, looking at the wall with an indifferent gaze. Great heroes, please follow me. Our king must explain everything to you, said that guy and went somewhere. POV Naruto. Not intending to fight, we followed him. Apparently we were in the tower, as we were going down the stairs. Suddenly the guys with weapons and shields stopped at the window looking out. I became interested in what they were looking at in the window, and I looked at the picture outside the window. From the window, there was a view of a huge kingdom, which was not inferior in size to Konoha, and was probably even larger. The architecture resembled that of the Sage of Six Paths. When we left the tower, everyone except those accompanying us began to look around. Very soon we approached the castle. Hello, heroes, my name is Altcray Melromark, 32nd. And we called you to protect our world, said the king. Having barely restrained myself from laughing, I noticed that the other guys were also barely holding back their laughter. Please introduce yourself, the king said commandingly. My name is Kitamura Motoyasu, said the blonde guy with the spear. I am Kawasumi Itsuki, said the archer. My name is Amaki Ren, said the swordsman. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, I said. I'm Iwata, the brunette wanted to say, but then the king interrupted him. Okay, today you can rest, and tomorrow you will be given partners. Now the maid will show you to your rooms, said the old fart. Sorry, but you didn't let the shield finish, Rin said. Oh yes, excuse me, please speak, said Alcray Melromark 32nd with dissatisfaction. I am Iwatani Naofumi, said the shield hero. And after that the maid came out and escorted us to our rooms. Did you guys notice that sign in the corner of your vision? Motoyasu said. I looked there and a panel with my characteristics opened. Note. Not all stats are shown. You are 1. HP 1000/1000. MP Chakra 15,000/15,000. Endurance 2000 Uzumaki blood. Strength 160. Agility 200. Abilities: Summon Mask Animals 5, AI equals 7, End POV Naruto. And so we came to the room. When we were alone, Ren started talking. Everything went according to canon until they asked Naru? Author's notes. How did you get here? Ren asked. Naruto thought for a moment whether to tell them the truth or not. I was killed, I don't know why. Maybe he crossed someone's path, I don't know. But I was walking after shopping and just fell to the ground, already unconscious. And I'm already here. They looked at me with pity and they continued the conversation, but on a different topic. What kind of game is this world like? After an hour of arguing and insulting Naofumi, everyone went to bed. When morning came and everyone woke up, a maid came to the heroes to escort them to the throne room. Hello, heroes. Joining you today are the adventurers we have chosen. Adventurers, please join the hero you want, said the king. And then all the adventurers joined Ren, Motoyasu, and Itsuki. Naofumi stood and wondered why no one wanted to join him, and Naruto didn't care, he wanted to find a team himself. Does anyone want to join the shield hero and the mask hero? Asked the king, but no one moved. But then a red-haired adventurer came out. Excuse me, I want to join the shield hero. Naofumi stood and glowed with happiness. Naruto had a desire to find a team himself. After the heroes scored themselves on command, they were given money so that they could purchase equipment. Before leaving, Naruto advised Naofumi to be careful with this stranger. Naruto decided to look at his stats on the way out of the city. POV Naruto, Hero of Masks. You are 1. Op 0/100. HP 1000/1000. AI equals 4. SP Chakra 15,000/15,000 SP. Biju 100000000/10000000000 blocked. Race Chakrauser. Strength 160. Agility 200. Stamina 2000. Physique 100. Intelligence 150. Wisdom 150. Charisma 150. Control 500. Blood Uzumaki with a lot of impurities. Abilities: Summon 5 masked animals. Achievements: Locked. Allies: None. After looking at the statistics, I realized that I need to level up and I can summon some masked beasts. I decided to check how to use masks. It turns out that the mask must be put on the animal, and the higher the animal's level, the more difficult it is to put on the mask. There is also a second option, which is for the animal to voluntarily put on a mask. Having closed the stats, I looked back and realized that I had already descended to the very bottom of the castle stairs. Having looked around, I went to explore the city. As I passed many shops, I saw a magic shop and a weapons shop. After thinking a little, I decided that I needed more weapons, and went into the forge. In the shop I saw a salesman who clearly made weapons himself. Hello. The hero of the mask himself came into my shop. I was surprised. My name is Earhart, what do you want? Said the blacksmith. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I would like a light blade, I said. This one should come up, Erhart said and handed me the blade. Taking the blade in my hands, I felt like I was shocked. Using reflexes, I threw the blade away and it flew into the wall. A warning appeared in front of me. Warning: the masked hero can only use weapons that are made by himself. After reading this warning, I asked Erhart if he could help me make a weapon myself. If I will pay for the materials and his time. To the question, why do I need this, I talked about the warning. Then he agreed to keep an eye on me. After a few difficult hours, I had new weapons of my own making and a newly acquired skill. Skill unlocked, blacksmithing level 1. Thanking Erhart for his help and patience, I took a katana 1.2 m long with 3 tubercles on one side. And also a gunbai with the crest of my mother's clan on one side and a fox face with 3 tails on the other. Then, deciding that I needed to increase the level, I went behind the wall. Behind the wall I saw endless meadows and forest. Taking a deep breath, I remembered my little fox and wondered how she was doing there. End POV Naruto. At this time in the shinobi world, a year has already passed since Naruto disappeared. Kurama's POV. A lot has happened in a year. The members of the Otsutsuki clan did not stop, continuing to attack, even though I easily killed them. This was good for me. I absorbed chakra fruits from their corpses and ate so much that I got 5 more tails. In the end I have 14. I miss Naruto. And at the moment I was looking at Shinigami, who was apologizing for the fact that, through his mistake, my ray of sunshine had disappeared in that impenetrable void. I immediately asked to be sent to him, to which Shinigami agreed. When he gave me the mask, my vision began to darken. But before I lost consciousness, I heard the words spoken by Shinigami. Remember, daughter of Rakudo, we will meet again in the future. End POV Kurama. World of Heroes, Naruto's POV. When I saw the forest and headed towards it, orange balls jumped on me. They were weak and could not withstand even 2 of my blows. Within an hour, my level increased to 5, and the balls realized that they needed to be afraid and avoid me, so they hid from me. Because of this, I had to go deeper into the forest. There I found crawlers, and their levels were from 1 to 5. Thanks to this, pumping went faster. I had a little time left to reach level 15. I had collected a lot of skin from balls and rabbit piercers, but suddenly a huge rabbit piercer jumped out at me, and I killed it on instinct and finally rose to level 15. End Naruto's POV. When in the late afternoon Naruto was returning to the city, and on the way he met Ren. They talked all the way to the tavern. Already at the inn, Naruto said goodbye to Ren, and then jumped onto the roof and lay down to watch the sunset. The swordsman watched his actions in shock, and after recovering from the shock, he entered the tavern, heading to his room. Naruto had already begun to fall asleep when one zealous bloodsucker, an ordinary mosquito, bit the guy on the nose. On reflexes alone, the shinobi killed him, and when he looked up he saw a notification about a new achievement. Pampurama, you new achievement, enemy in all worlds. To get this achievement, kill your first mosquito. You have unlocked your first achievement and you receive a skill and an item. Navk, poisonous aura for insects. Item consumed, mosquito mask. Ability, vampirism. Vampirism, after damaging an enemy, you receive 1 health point. With the thought that someone decided to make fun of him, Naruto fell asleep. Morning, Tavern of Melromark. Hero of the Sword. The king orders all the heroes to come to him immediately, said the commander of the knight's detachment, seeing Ren, who was having breakfast. Okay, Ren answered calmly. Going out into the street, the guy looked at the roof of the tavern and jumped sharply. // she's too high. How was Naru able to get there himself with one jump // Now this is how thoughts are designated. Ren wondered when a man immediately fell from the roof. Oh no. Where I am? On the ground? It turned out to be Naruto, who abruptly began to look around. That's right, I fell asleep on the roof. Naruto, did you break anything? Ren asked him, coming closer. Oh, Ren, you're here too. No, I didn't break anything. There aren't even scratches. This is only the third floor. / you mean only the third floor, / surprise filled the swordsman and filled him. By the way, where are you going so early? Looking at the sun, Uzumaki asked. The king gathers all the heroes. The knights said that they urgently needed to come to him. For what reason, I don't know. Interesting. Well then, let's go together. What are you worth? Asked Itsuki, who came out of the tavern. Let's go to the king. A few minutes later, the heroes entered the throne room, where Motoyasu and the crying Mai were already standing. Something happened? Asked Uzumaki. He stood relaxed, with his hands behind his head, and clearly did not intend to delve into the problem. What's happened? Yes, how dare you ask about this? Motoyasu shouted at the hero of the masks. Motoyasu, why are you yelling at Naruto like that? Ren asked. He hasn't told you yet? Now it's clear why you walk with him so calmly. Motoyasu answered. Mine. Me and too. Let me go, don't you see, my comrade is crying, Naofumi shouted and tried to fight off the knights who were holding him. Princess Mine, tell the heroes what happened to you, said the king. The hero of the shield and the mask raped me. The princess began to cry even more into Motoyasu's shoulder. What are you saying, Mine? Iwatani asked in surprise. I didn't expect this from you, Itsuki said with disgust. Do you think that if you are heroes, then you can do anything? Motoyasu asked, still screaming. / why do they all think this is true? Wait, what is this on Motoyasu? / Motoyasu, answer me, where did you get this chain mail? Naofumi asked. What do you care? Mine gave it to me, Motoyasu answered, hugging Mine to himself. / that's how, / Naofumi looked at Mine and the king, seeing the grin on their faces, he understood everything. / so they planned this from the very beginning. To gain my trust, and then betray me and set me up so badly, / Heroes of the shield and mask, what you did cannot be forgiven. In our country there is a strong punishment for such an act, but due to the fact that you are called heroes, we cannot punish you to the fullest. No one was able to find out what the king wanted to say next, since Uzumaki interrupted him. Why? If we heroes don't have any privileges, then why can't we get the full punishment? The guy asked the king. Yesterday I asked some people about the laws of the country and this is what turned out to be. The penalty for rape is death. So kill us. Motoyasu, kill me and Naofumi as soon as possible so that we don't do anything like that again. Or you, Itsuki, since we disappointed you, then beat us. Or you, knights. Or maybe you, Ren? But no one even moved. Everyone was shocked by what was said, and also by the way it was said. Naruto said all this with a smile, asking him to kill him. Having recovered from the shock, the king wanted to respond to the hero's attack, but did not have time. Naruto started talking again. Exactly, you can't. Although, no. If you kill now, you won't lose anything special, since we didn't have time to level up much. What are you talking about? Naofumi asked him. If you kill any hero, then in order to summon a new one, you will have to kill all the others, Naruto said calmly. Is this true, king? Motoyasu asked in surprise. Unfortunately, the words of this pseudo-hero are true. There should be 4 heroes in total, and this is your gratitude for leaving you alive? The king shouted at the shinobi. So that means you won't be able to kill us until you kill all 5 of us. Huh. Serves you right. The shield hero said happily. Okay, we'll go. And don't you think it's strange that, knowing this law, Naofumi and I decided to rape the eldest princess? Looking at Ren and Itsuki, Naruto calmly walked up to Naofumi and, pulling his hand, left the castle. Now these villains will not be able to live as calmly. And you, heroes, can go, the king solemnly announced. Walking outside the castle, Naru took Naofumi by the shoulders and began talking about the fact that they needed to pump themselves up. Afterwards they went to Elkhart, where they outlined the situation and used the remaining 50 silver coins that Iwatani had to buy a custom-made shield with spikes. Co-author's note: Naru paid 700 silver out of 900 issued for the materials and forge. The blonde went out onto the field, leaving Fumi to collect herbs and make potions from them, went to farm, and during that day Naruto raised LVL3 and learned that he occasionally falls into madness. Returning to the city, our two heroes went to a bar, where Naruto decided to find out in an effective way whether his comrade had really raped the princess or whether it was slander. They drank 20 bottles of strong ale, paying only 20 silver, and after discussing the situation they found themselves in, the duo of drunks went to the city, where Belukas met them. Pamperum, you have a new achievement. We were looking for silver and found gold additional. The effect is that your luck increases by 50% the moment you are in a hopeless situation. Naruto simply shrugged off this message. From Belukas, the heroes bought 2 half-raccoon slaves for 10 silver. We went to Elkhart in the morning. On the way they asked their names. The first was called Raphtalia, the second Lafana. Arriving at the forge, they bought equipment and weapons for the slaves. After Raphtalia and Lafana received the purchased weapons, Naofumi took out 2 orange balls from under his cloak. One of the balls went to Naruto, and he put the other one in front of him, telling Lafana to attack the enemy with the weapon until he died. Naruto decided to follow his comrade's example. Raphtalia clearly did not wield a weapon before, so she fearfully attacked the ball, destroying only half of the enemy's total health. Unable to stay on her feet, Raphtalia fell onto her butt. But she did not give up and attacked again and finally defeated him. Me and Raphtalia received 1 unit of experience. Naofumi did the same with Lafana. Having decided to further pump up the levels, the guys, after consulting, decided to go to where Naofumi was leveling up for the first time. Having moved some distance away from each other so as not to interfere with each other, Raphtalia and Lafana quickly began to increase their level by killing monsters, while simultaneously pumping up their agility. A few hours later their level reached 6. Raphtalia, let's go, Naruto said and headed to Melromark. The half-human immediately followed her master, because she thought that if she did not obey him, he would punish her. The guy would not have punished Raphtalia, but he had an understanding that the previous owners communicated poorly with his new comrade, and now she is now afraid of everything. He wanted to help her overcome her fears. They headed to the merchant who was buying leather from the balls as soon as they entered the city. How much will you give? He asked and extended his hand with the skin. For silver, no more, said the merchant, looking at the pieces of balls. After taking the money, Naruto and Raphtalia went into the tavern and ordered food there. Slave Naruto ordered a children's breakfast, which Raphtalia was looking at, as well as juice. He took regular soup for himself, and while they were waiting for the food, Naruto thought how much he missed ramen. When the food was in front of them, Naruto noticed that his partner wasn't eating. Why do not you eat? Naruto asked. But G, meet W, D, gave time, Z, Zhen, N, Nai? Raphtalia said stuttering. Of course you can, that's why I can record it. I understand. Okay, forget that. Just eat, Uzumaki said and continued eating. Afterwards, Raphtalia almost suffocated when she choked, and Naruto gave the child juice. As soon as they finished, Naruto ordered a room and after a while they fell asleep. Hearing the scream, the shinobi suddenly wakes up and sees Raphtalia crying, screaming for her parents. Quickly approaching his partner, he began to calm her down. Quiet, I'm close, don't cry, the blonde said, hugging and stroking Raphtalia. She immediately pressed herself into Naruto and cried quietly. After a while, she calmed down and fell asleep in his arms. The next morning, the hero and his teammate went to increase their levels. They went to the village of Riad. On their way there, Naruto and Raphtalia met up with Naofumi's team. During the stop, Naruto, while talking, decided to make tanned leather. After that, Naruto made a structure for tanning leather and melted the fat, intending to make laundry soap from it. I ripped open the rabbit's carcass, removed the skin, cut off the fat from the meat and skin, and then secured it to dry. He did the same with the other 2 carcasses. The next day, he began teaching Raphtalia and Fem how to use a dagger and a small sword. They were lucky that they were heading to the same point. As soon as they entered the village, they decided to immediately stock up on provisions. The blonde decided to sell skins and soap. For a kilogram of soap, he received 10 silver coins, but for the skins he received only 5 silver coins. They go together to the entrance to the caves. Naofumi walked into the old warehouse, while Naruto stayed and inspected the area. And he noticed footprints slightly larger than those of the Inuzuka Nunkans. Then everything went according to canon. Time skip week. In a week, our heroes raised Naruto's levels to 25, and Raphtalia's to 18. The half-raccoons overcame fears and illness. And then a notification appeared in front of the shinobi, from which he fell into shock. Parampampa, a new mask has been opened for you. Familiar mask observation +5 ability, summon familiar. Warning: the system has been tampered with. €1. New message received. Forgive the last of the Uzumaki. I was in grief for more than 20 years due to the loss of the entire clan and forgot about the last one, so I will give you the power to restore the clan. And a gift too. Pam you're familiar. The 15-tailed fox, Kyubi no Kitsune. Pam your blood is completely pure, plus 1000 to all stats. Pam you have access to SP, Biju, /span, ability, you are not in danger of dying from old age. Pam you received, Death Mask and Fox Mask. Parampampa new achievement received, you are no longer human, you can call a helper. Ability, you can easily control living beings. After reading this, Naruto fell into prostration, and a pentagram began to appear in front of him, from which a woman with 15 tails and fox ears appeared. While Naruto was reading, he had a blank look, and when he realized that he had read, he began to collapse and lose consciousness. At that moment, Raphtalia ran up to him and saw how he was picked up by red tails with white tips. And at that moment, Naruto's hair began to change to a crimson color and his mask changed to a fox. Time skip 5 hours. When he woke up and saw his fox, he smiled. And looking higher, he saw above the fox's head was the achievement, gluttony, and ate, held back his laughter. The fox looked around and came across Naruto. They looked at each other for a while, and then, with cries of joy, they began to hug and cry with happiness. After happy hugs, Naruto remembered that the wave was coming soon and he had to return to the capital. During Naruto's return, he showed Ku his capabilities and informed him about Raphtalia, Naofumi, and Fem. Upon returning to Melromark, the blonde saw Naofumi and went to him. They started talking. Naruto, who is this with you? Iwatani asked in surprise. Who are you talking about? Naruto didn't understand and began to look around. And when his gaze came across a fox that hid its ears and tails, the guy realized who his friend was talking about. And you're talking about Kurama. This is my fiancé from the last world, Naruto said with a smirk on his face. Naofumi, mouth open, looked first at him, then at Kurama. An achievement was displayed in front of Naruto. Blue screen of death, and Uzumaki saw the load icon, and as soon as it loaded, Iwatani immediately came to his senses and headed towards Elhart. The shinobi followed him. Underscore 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 comma forward slash underscore 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 forward slash underscore 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 Naruto accumulation underscore 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 4 gold coins Z underscore 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 85 silver coins P underscore underscore 473 copper coins M underscore underscore. He bought Raphtalia's equipment and repaired his own. I only spent 2G on it. End POV Naruto. After purchasing and repairing, I followed the shield hero. All 5 of us went to the church. Upon arrival there, we were taken to some kind of dragon clock, where we learned that the wave would begin tomorrow. Before leaving, we were met by the team of the hero spear and Naruto almost could not contain his laughter, but a mask covering his face helped him with this. Suki and Debika had achievements hanging over them. End POV Naruto. Deceiving the innocent or accusing the innocent. Add. Effect, attracting attention by 20%. When fighting with those whom you blamed, your damage dealt is reduced by 20%, damage received is increased by 30% and your skill level is reduced by half. Hey, Shield, are these your new companions? Motoyasu asked this. No, I only have one teammate, so what? Naofumi said looking at one couple with hatred. And this is Naruto and his companions. Deriv is blonde, Narek said with a grin. Yes, it's me. What, you didn't recognize it? The shinobi asked innocently and took off his mask. But he started pestering Ku and got hit in the face by Naruto and flew into the wall. Don't you dare pester my wife. Naruto said angrily, splashing out Ki, and at that moment his eyes changed to blood red with a vertical pupil. If you ever come closer than 2 meters, I'll kill you. The room became cold. After that, Kurama came up and calmed him down, hugging him from the back and kissing the back of his head. Naruto turned to face the fox and, hugging and kissing Ku on the lips, said, "You are my glutton." Afterwards they all headed to the hotel to get some sleep. So morning comes, Naruto wakes up on his chest. But this is a completely different story. After leaving the hospital, Naruto, Kurama and Raphtalia went to the meeting place at Elhard. And so the 2 teams are transported not far from the village of Riot. Looking around, they see 3 heroes along with their teams running towards the boss. And the shield and mask heroes with their teams run to defend the village. An hour passed, another hour, and Naruto suspected that the wave did not intend to recede. Naruto then said, "Why did they take so long?" Naruto asked with a furrowed brow. "Go, we'll hold them off for a while," Naofumi said. Naruto went to the heroes and upon arrival saw that 2 of the 3 and all their partners were passed out except Ren, who was still fighting the manticore, but his strength was running out. And then out of nowhere an animal appears in a winter coat and sunglasses. "News, hello, I'm the scribe, or Felix, I'm your assistant and I immediately advise you to take the mask and put it on that little animal." "And yes, it's in your pouch," Felix said. At this moment, Naruto finds an empty mask and runs to the manticore and tries to put it on, but at the moment of contact he stumbles and hits a rock. Are you serious, creator now?" Felix said into the void. "Ouch, it hurts." "And who are you talking to?" Naruto asked, scratching his head. Later the guy hesitated and remembered Ren. By this time, his condition was bad. All he could do was stay on his feet and protect everyone else. But when the boss was about to attack him, a mask appeared on the boss's face, and he fell on his side, being absorbed into the mask. The mask began to outline the face of a manticore and shrank to the size of a palm. Ren looked back and saw Naruto and the Arctic fox on his shoulder, from which a strange aura emanated. A notification flashed in front of Naruto. PARAMPAMPAMU were able to subdue the wave boss. You received a mask and a manticore beast mask. For the sake of preserving the species' secret task, openly subjugate another boss and a dragon. After this notification, Felix simply disappeared. Please don't tell me what happened here. Take the glory for yourself. I trust you. Naruto said and went back to the village. Along the way, Naruto noticed that Raphtalia, like Kurama, had less than half health, and he became worried. Naruto ran towards them as fast as he could. Having reached his teammates, he saw Naofumi passed out, Kurama who was treating him, as well as Raphtalia and Lefana who were protecting them. There were also guards opposite them, but sensing his ki, the guards looked towards Naruto and froze in fear. He wanted to kill them. But Kurama ran up to him and began to calm him down. After Naruto calmed down, he gave them the potions that Naofumi gave him and asked, "What happened here?" The girls told him everything. "That's what happened here." Time skipped day. A guard comes up to our heroes and says that they are being called to the palace to celebrate the wave and give out awards. Time skip until the moment of the holiday. At the holiday, Iwatani looked out the window, sometimes exchanging words with Uzumaki. Lefana and Raphtalia were near the buffet where they were picking up goodies for their teammates. Kurama sat on Naruto's lap and hugged him. At the same time, Arthur looked at his new achievement. Pampram, you have a new achievement, hero in all worlds. Additional opportunities, taking one hero into the group. After a few seconds, Naruto proposed uniting the party. To which Fumi looked incredulously, but agreed. And so the hero Dina comes to our heroes and throws his gauntlet at the feet of Naruto and Naofumi. "Hey, Shield! I want to challenge you to a duel." Stated by Motoyasu. Wait. Why else? Yes, and you should have delayed the challenge, because it's a banquet. Uzumaki asked. I was told that these beautiful girls are your slaves. But the heroes? What about the heroes? Shouldn't there be slaves? Or is this prohibited by law? You are lucky with your companions, but we are not, Naofumi objected to him. And yet this is not right. I refuse, Iwatani replied. How? Motoyasu was surprised. No. The duel between the hero of the spear, the shield and the mask will take place, the king said majestically. If the hero of the spear wins, then these girls will get rid of the slave marks. What do you say, Naofumi? Will you fight? If anything, we'll just leave here. I asked Naofumi in a loud whisper. Okay, I'll fight. Go down to the arena, there you will have a fight. In the meantime, grab the beast people, the king ordered, and the knights quickly grabbed Raphtalia and Lefana, and trying to grab Kurama they only got soup. No need to grab her. Let her go. Shaking his finger, Naruto pressed pressure on these 6 knights. I am a man of duty. If Motoyasu wins, I'll give Raphtalia and everyone else, and now she'll be with Ren, our hero said with a smile. And then a secret mission was revealed to our hero. Secret mission, defeat the hero of the bow and spear. Reward, shadow control, you can resurrect your enemies into a shadow army. After reading this, Naruto wanted to shout, but he was interrupted. What? He is already strong and much more a friend of the creator. Then Felix appeared in front of them with a sad face. Everyone saw it, but it was in a language they did not understand. After Felix's statement, Naruto shouted. Itsuki, come on, you and Motoyasu will go against me alone. I agree, Itsuki answered him. Pampram, you have an achievement, you have become a true hunter. Mercer approves. Additional effect. You can absorb entities and appropriate their powers and memories. Roll back 84 hours. Naruto enters the field. Opposite him are 2 heroes. And then the king gives the go-ahead and an arrow flies at Naruto. Dodging the arrow, Naruto summoned a gunbai from the seal, taking a chaotic attack from Motoyasu into a hard block. Everyone was surprised by the appearance of weapons in Naruto's hands, everyone except Ren and Naofumi. Then the massacre of babies began, as Kurama called it. Naruto beat Motoyasu with quick and strong blows, but at the same time with precision, until an arrow flew into his right side. Pulling out the arrow, Naruto quickly repaired his wounded side. Itsuki was slammed into the wall by a surprise roundhouse kick from Naruto. But suddenly, Naruto sensed danger. He poured chakra into his legs to stand, receiving a windy gust to his back from Malti. And then a thunder spear flies at Naruto, and he doesn't have time to defend himself. How? Warning: the system has been tampered with. Euro pi euro. Parampampam. Received item, Shinigami Mask. Ability, allows you to summon the God of Death once a month. Equipping it, and the God of Death appears behind him, grabbing the spear with a ghostly hand when it was a centimeter from Naruto's chest. Afterwards, Shinigami speaks in an angry voice. All of Naruto's companions are rightfully considered inferior members of the Uzumaki clan. And if someone tries to kill them, they will rot in my stomach. Later, Naofumi and the girls flashed a proposal and, having agreed, they walked down from the stands to Shinigami, where he began the slow process of purifying the blood. Also, Motoyasu passed out at the moment the Shinigami appeared. So the victory was automatically counted towards Naruto. Afterwards, Shinigami gave Naruto the summon scroll. The next day has come. The king called all the heroes to receive a reward. Ren received the most waves for killing the boss. Exactly 7,000 silver. Motoyasu was given 5,000 silver, as was Itsuki. Naruto and Nao wanted to give 500 silver, but due to the fact that the blonde crippled the knights, they took them away. After Naruto in the place with Nao, they sent the king on foot erotic. But they were stopped by Motoyasu and Itsuki. Being good people, they decided to give 4,500 silver each. To which Naruto returned 2,500 silver to them, saying that 4,000 silver was for his and Nao's eyes. And then a notification appeared before the eyes of the hero mask at the very exit from the castle. Parampampamp received task. Sender, God of Alchemy. Recipient, Naruto, hero of the mask. Greetings, last of the Uzumaki. I have a request. Could you please keep an eye on the sword heroine Amakiren? I will give you the alchemical transformation skill in advance. And also everything you need to know about alchemy. But remember, if you do not fulfill my request, I will take this skill away from you. After reading the message, Naruto fell into a stupor. God wrote to him and gave him the skill. Also, Amakiren, the hero of the sword, turned out to be a woman. A little later, they arrived at Elkhart's shop, where they changed equipment for Raphtalia and Fem, along with Nao. Naruto had just signed the contract when he suddenly found himself next to someone. Observers. They went to the slave trader, where they bought 3 kinder surprises, one of which should turn out to be a dragon. Afterwards, our heroes went to the village of Riot, where Naruto studied observer senjutsu for 3 days. About how it works and what advantages you can look for in the card that is marked in the job profile header. I should go check it out. Felix thought. Naruto can also summon only 137 different observers so far. There are 2 days left until the eggs hatch. Naru began to study alchemy. He learned how to create weapons and armor pieces for his team. And he also didn't tell anyone that he could create the money of this world. And so, on the day the eggs hatched, Iwatani hatched a philolial that immediately jumped on his head. Kurama hatched a white owlet, who sat on her shoulder and fell asleep. And Naruto hatched a fire wyvern, which, noticing Naruto, jumped on him and began to crawl until, clinging to his back, he fell asleep. Which made everyone laugh. And now the pets have grown up. The owl grew 2.5 meters. Philorial now has grown to the size of an adult. But wyvern Naruto grew into a teenager, becoming 2 meters high at the withers, a wingspan of 8 meters, and a length from the tip of the tail to the muzzle 7 meters. And they are all hungry and eat only meat. Apart from Philorial, she is omnivorous. Because of which our heroes went to slaughter half of the living creatures in the forest. Naruto, Naofumi, and Kurama also named their pets. The philolial was named Phiro. The owl's name is Yuma. And Naruto decided to name the wyvern Zong. I'm scared, what if it were Aljuan, said Felix. A week has passed since the pet was born. And Naruto's team managed to gain a few more levels. At this time, Naruto learned Observer Senjutsu to the maximum. And I was able to see through them. He placed one of the observers near Rin to keep an eye on her. And now a detachment of the sword hero approaches the village along with the knights. And from that moment a couple of days passed, and then the day came when the race with Motoyasu took place. Or rather, its origin. Now these lands belong to Mr. Motoyasu. There are 50 silver coins for entry and exit, mine read the order. Whistle. Hey! Didn't you mislead the shores? Do you even know how much an overnight stay with food costs, huh? It's none of your business, you vile shield. So. Message for you, Miss Main. She unfolded this message. TCH. Hero of the Mask. I challenge you to a race for ownership of this village. Well, I don't have much choice, and in any case, I was going to help everyone here when I saw you. Mr. Naruto, are you sure? Asked one of the townspeople. And you seem to doubt him, said another with a grin. Of course not. It's just. Suddenly Naruto. I'm not ready, the first townsman said uncertainly. Why so immediately against them? Quiet. So. It's good that there is Fyro. Hey. Whore. Or whatever your name is, I accept the challenge. Naruto said with a grin in his voice. Yes. Yes, how are you? Main could not say. Naruto. This time I will defeat you. Motoyasu said belligerently. I don't see the point in competing with you. I bet you won't even outrun Naofumi. Naruto tried to avoid participating. Do you think that I won't overtake him? Motoyasu roared. Naofumi, I challenge you to a race. Nothing can be done. I will participate, Iwatani agreed. After which the racers stood at the starting line and waited for the race to be ready. Fyro, can you do it? Naofumi asked. As easy as pie. Fyro chirped, but no one could understand her. The race of the spear hero and the shield hero is announced. Naofumi's POV. We are ready. Open, let's start. We rushed as hard as we could and overtook the reptilian. Swallow the dust, la infinito libido. And yes, after a while they began to feel a decrease in speed. I see. The magic was cast and Motoyasu overtook us. Fyro, they cast slowing magic on us, can you be even faster? And we rushed, as without the spell. And a little later we caught up and even overtook the spears. And then at one of the turns there was a hole, but we easily crossed it with the help of the air shield. And after completing one lap, Motoyasu overtook us, of course. The magic of acceleration. I don't want to ask you again, but. And she rushed twice as fast as usual, and we stayed on par with our opponents. And when there was that turn with the pit again, there was already 2 pits, but Fyro and I were not at a loss, and, casting the air shield again, we crossed it without complications. And when the finish was on the horizon, Fyro immediately craned her neck forward and we finished first. Eat. Victory. The shield cheated. He created holes obstructing Mr. Motoyasu's path. But at that moment, shadows appeared that refuted her words and sent them back to the kingdom. End POV Naofumi. And so Motoyasu leaves, leaving behind his riding dragon. At this time RGG took this dragon by the bridle and took him into the forest, saying that he wanted to release him there. Using the virus of this dragon, he absorbed it, thereby unlocking the ability to swing further. When he returned, he explained to everyone that everything was fine, the dragon left. Afterwards, Naruto contacted the observer who was assigned to Rin. The observer said that her teammate drunkenly blurted out that he had found out who the heroine of the sword was. And at that moment Naruto warned everyone that he would not fly away for long. He jumped onto his wyvern and flew towards where Rin was. landing a kilometer from the village. He entered the astral plane, where all the observers were. The next day, Ren and her team set out to kill the dragon. During the battle, all of Ren's teammates were killed by poison that was mixed with them by the villagers. And then Ren delivers the final blow and the dragon falls, pretending to be dead, and at the same moment a dart with a sleeping pill flies into her neck. And the male part of the village comes out from behind the trees and bushes, and says that they will have a lot of fun with the heroine of the sword. And Naruto, hearing this, jumps out of the astral dimension and kills people standing nearby with his katana by cutting off their heads. And those who were far away were killed by knives created from alchemy, which pierced their heads. And then he approached the dragon and pinned him down with his power and put a mask on him, which absorbed the dragon, and then a notification appeared about the willow dragon, as well as a new dragon mask. Parampampamu, you new undead dragon mask ability to summon undead. Parampampamu, you new ACHIEVEMENT savior of princesses. Additional opportunity, you can take on your team someone you saved and this person will become very attached to you and will show signs of love. Parampampam, for the benefit of preserving the species, special task from Eus Dova. Parampampam received the ability Divine Polyglot. But RGG brushed it off and took Ren and her blade, while calling the wyvern through a mental communication channel that allowed the user to communicate with the living creature. A little later, returning to Naofumi and his team, he painted a picture. And Kurama, having checked Ren for wounds on her body, decided to undress her to check if her heart was beating. But when she did this, she realized that Ren was a woman. Having examined everything, she put her clothes back on and left her to sleep, while going out and telling her who Ren really was. At the end of the story, a notice appeared in front of Naruto. Sender, God of Alchemy. Recipient, Naruto Uzumaki. Greetings again, last Uzumaki. Because you saved Ren from the hands of those people, I made an agreement with one god. You probably don't know him, but you've seen his assistant. His name is something like Eus. We decided to give you 3 gifts, 2 from him and 1 from me. And so my gift is the so-called cryopod, which you will learn to create using alchemy. He is capable of sealing living beings and then summoning them. But the gifts are already from Eus. These are creatures called Madagarm and Shadowmane. I will download information about these gifts to your memory. And yes, your Madagarm and Shadowmane will be in the first 2 cryopods you create. Be a redneck. After finishing reading this, Naruto was shocked by the information he received. Immediately after he left her, he decided to create 4 cryopods, as well as make a storage seal on his left wrist. Where would he visit cryopods? And so our hero summons Madagarm and Shadowmane, and after checking their characteristics, he was an Akira. No, not like that. He was an Akira. Afterwards, he cryopoded all the live bait, not including Fyro. And went to the side. Tomorrow they will have a lot more adventures. Here I have a question. I've got an idea for the next FF. But I don't know if I will implement it. In light of the recent viewing of Season 4, Rendezvous with Life, I wanted to make a FF where all and Kurumi are brought into the world of the Shield Hero. If you want to see it, then I will try to implement it. But there is a problem in light of the fact that my health is not doing well. FF may be abandoned. And then the morning came. Pow Rin Rin. Dash what? Where I am? What happened? I remember that I fought with the dragon and my comrades. They all died. I also remember that the dragon's head fell and something flew into my neck. This is where the memories end. Raising herself slightly on her elbows, she felt the bandages on her arms and chest, as well as the fact that she was naked. Because of this, blushing deeply, she wrapped herself tighter in the blanket. A few seconds later, she heard a familiar male and female voice and decided to pretend to still be asleep. End Pow Rin Rin. And then Naruto and Kurama enter the tent. Kurama, do you think she will believe that one of her drunken companions said that she was a woman and that the village men wanted to make a sow out of her? I don't know Naruto, but I hope she believes. Kurama, can you wake her up, help her get dressed and check her bandages? In the meantime, I'll go out. With that, Naruto left the tent. Hey, I noticed that you are awake and eavesdropping on us. Kurama turned to Ren, who had stopped pretending. How long ago did you notice this? Ren asked with shock on her face. When I first came to see you. Your pulse changed, your heart began to beat faster, she then said, making a malicious smile. What? Did you think Naruto would come closer and wake you up with a kiss? Ren, blushing deeply, quickly rattled off that he would not have kissed her because he loved Ku and would not have loved anyone else. Why do you have such thoughts? Well, you seem to be husband and wife. And you didn't let anyone near him. You know, girl. Although I love him, I will be able to divide him into 3. You mean for 3? Ren looked at Kurama with shock from what she heard. Ren, besides you and me, Raphtalia also has her eye on him. Although she doesn't understand it, it will eventually dawn on her. Kurama finished the dialogue and was about to leave, but suddenly Ren asked her about the bandages. She didn't even check them. You're stupid. While you and I were communicating and you were stroking my tail, I, using chakra, checked your body. And also made your hair a little longer. Thank you very much both for the treatment and for returning the length of my hair. I had to cut them off to escape from the maniac. Ho, so the story about saving a friend and catching a murderer was a lie. Yes, Rin answered calmly. Okay, here's a Mika robe like mine. Let's go out. Having said this, Kurama handed Rin some clothes and began to help her change. After 5 minutes, they left the tent and Kurama, having outlined the situation, sat down to eat his portion. Rin repeated after her. Afterwards, our heroes went to Melromark, to the church, where they were refused. And when Ren asked why they were not allowed to upgrade, she was told that the demon of the shield and mask, like their companions, was forbidden to upgrade. Then Ren, freaking out and changing the sword in front of the monks, said that she was the heroine of the sword. After this, they all went together to the king. In the throne room. King, why did you forbid the hero of the shield and masks from increasing the class? Asked the heroine of the sword. Girl, who are you, and why are you talking to me like that? The king did not recognize the summoned person. I am a hero. Ahem, the heroine of the sword, Ren transformed her sword into a katana, and then into a two-handed weapon. Well? Are you sure? Yes. But for the shield and mask, I will not allow an upgrade, Altkrame said. Okay, then I, like the heroes of the mask and shield, will no longer be in this country. We are leaving. The last words were like a bolt from the blue for the king. And where will you go, heroine of the sword? The king asked with a malicious grin, but was interrupted by Naruto. Hey, pension, don't give a, we can go to Fabre and Seltbolt and to Krajniak to Siltvelt. The king wanted to say something. But at this very moment Motoyasu comes in, and when he saw Ren, he wanted to roll his balls towards her. Girl, how beautiful you are. Would you like to leave these dregs of society to join my team? Motoyasu, what did you give? I am Amaki Ren, the heroine of the sword. Motoyasu looked at the king, to which he nodded and was shocked. Afterwards, Ren took Naruto and Nao by the hands and pulled them towards the exit, followed by their companions. Having reached Elkhart and entered there, Naruto began to explain. Hello, Elkhart. I have a request. Could you perform it? Yes, boy. What did you want? Could you buy us a map of the whole world, or, more specifically, a map of trade routes along which we can get to other countries? Otherwise, I sense that our price will be increased. I'll pay you 1 gold and also give you 37 gold on the card. Keep the rest and change for yourself. Oh, boy, aren't you giving me a lot? No, this is just a final request. In terms of? Elkhart did not understand. Where are you going? We decided to leave this country. And yes, where would you recommend? If you think about it, there are two neutral countries where the relationship between people and semi-humans is good. And one country where people are slaves, and half people are high society. So, I recommend either Fabre or Zeltbolt. Although it is better to go to Fabre. Thank you. Here's the money for the card and payment. And yes, boy, the grandmother from the magic shop wanted to thank you for saving her grandson in the village, whom you protected. After saying goodbye, we went to the magic shop, where we learned our predispositions to magic. And this is the magic that each of us has. Naruto, all elemental, as well as support and astral magic. Naofumi, support and healing. Rin, dark and support magic with the element of ice. Fyro, wind magic. Kurama, chaos, healing, and illusion magic. Raphtalia, magic of darkness and light. Lefana, the magic of light and healing. And so our heroes returned to Elkhart, but he told them that they would make the map for him only in 3 days. And at that moment Naruto noticed that there were no more than 12 hours before the wave began. And after 10 seconds, one of the observers appears from the astral plane and shows Naruto the village where the hero of the spear planted a seed that the alchemists made, but then sealed. Having told about this and warned everyone that he would not be around for 3 to 4 hours, he went through the astral plane to the village. And so Naruto jumps out of the astral plane in the center of the village, near a huge ivy with an eye. Ivy, noticing Naruto, immediately began to attack him, but all attacks were repelled. Coming close to the ivy, Naruto used alchemy and rebuilt the ivy into a tree with fruits. I'm too lazy to describe it like in anime. Returning to the villagers, telling them that he got rid of the ivy, and also, now he will heal all the sick. After that, they thanked him and gave him 3 boxes of fruits, which the guy sealed and went to his granny and the owner of the adaptation style. After healing, the blonde headed back to the team. Time skip 4 hours. And now the team is ready, and in all the equipment with the summoned animals, they are transferred to the wave. Here our heroes are transported onto the wave, to the village, where Naruto healed the owner of the adaptation style. A little later, Naruto saw how the same granny was destroying monsters. To which our heroes were a little surprised. Afterwards, Naruto called 100 observers and told them to protect the residents, and he, along with his team, went to the boss of the wave. And when they arrived on the deck of the Flying Dutchman, they noticed Motoyasu attacking the Kraken, and Itsuki and his crew attacking the skeleton. To which Naruto, making a hand-to-face gesture, illuminated the deck and told Ren and Raphtalia to break through the shadows. After this, 2 bosses appeared, one of which Naruto subdued with a mask, and the second was killed by now using a death shield. The death shield looks like a wrath shield, but instead of red it's gray and has the Uzumaki crest. And as soon as Now kills her own, Gra immediately appears, and she tries to kill Now, to which she is completely entangled in platinum chains. And then Naruto comes up to her, and with the word "see you soon" seals it in a scroll, which is sealed on the back of his hand. Thus, completing the wave, the entire Naruto team, except for Ren, reached LVL 40. While Naruto, for completing the task and killing the boss Now, received experience to rise to LVL 60. Ren managed to get LVL 79. Afterwards, everyone went to the king for a reward, where Now and Nara received 3,000 pieces of silver each, Ren 2,000. Itsuki and Motoyasu received 4,000 pieces of silver each. After a while, the king asked the heroes to leave, leaving only Now and Nara. And he began to tell them to tell how they received this power. To which Nara sent him with the words that this was a gift from God. And after these words, the pontiff shouted, saying that there is only one God, and he would not have given this power to the heretics. And Now said that if they touch their teammates, they will immediately find themselves in the place of the boss whom he killed. And so, our heroes decided to go to Elkhart, where he said that the knights had taken the map from under his nose, saying that it was for the hero of the spear. The heroes agreed that he would keep the money for the card and everything else. And they would leave the country. But along the way, Naruto, when he was learning to ride a shadow mane, met a girl sitting with philoliols around her. Noticing them, the Philolials fled. The girl saw Nara on the shadow mane. As Naruto learned, her name is Melty Melromark. A little later, they took her to the forge, where the spearmen got to the bottom of them. But Naruto explained to him in simple language and with a punch in the ass that there was no need to duel in a public place. A little later, our hero set off using a very simple map and a tip from observers towards the walls. But at the time of one of the halts, Melty caught up with them, where they were attacked by the knights who accompanied her. Our heroes fought back and went towards the count, who could help them. And then everything was according to canon, until the moment when the evil dragon was unsealed. On behalf of Naru, this sadist not only tortured the beast people, but also unsealed the dragon. Of course, I have an idea to seal it, but... Stop. What? New message from the goddess of time and space. Eee. Ha, fun. Well, you need to tell your friends to run away, and you yourself need to subjugate this dragon to increase your class without a watch and receive a strange curse with an interesting possibility. Ren, now, run away from here. I'm not Ren, but Rin. This is my real name. And yes, I understand, we'll take everyone away right now. I also heard. Ku and I are wearing cover. Melty, give all the sick people some medicine. It's under the seat. If it's not enough, say it loudly and my observers will activate storage seals. It's still hidden there. I see, I'll get to it now. Well, it's your turn. With these words, I rushed towards this creature and tried to immediately put on the mask. But the creature kicked. A little later, I decided to bind him with metal chains that appeared from the earth, using alchemy. And this creature lies on its side, and I sealed it in a mask. A girl appeared in front of me. It had rabbit ears and was in a cylinder with gears on it, one of which she removed and brought to my chest. The gear began to be absorbed, and I received the so-called Angel of Time, named Zabkiel. It manifested itself in the form of my left hand changing to metal armor, in which gears could be heard, and my right eye changing, which turned into a dial. And the iris changed and became scarlet. Also, my team went through an upgrade and now they have the ability to upgrade automatically, without a clock. Naofumi also gained the ability to use Tonto. As I was informed by observers of Ku, Raphtalia and Lefana with Fyro gained the ability to remove animal characteristics. Lefana and Raphtalia changed their class to swordsman, Fyro changed her class to stormtrooper. The class itself gave an increase in speed and strength, but did not slightly take away protection. Parampampamu, you new mask ancient dragon ability, resistance to attacks. Parampampamu, you new achievement clockmaker additional abilities, you are a portable clock of the age of dragons. So our heroes wanted to go to path, but in front of them, out of nowhere, a bird appeared, similar to Fyro, but with light blue shades of feathers, the size of the dragon I had to subdue. So she looks around, looks at me, and immediately decreases to a human image, like Fyro. The moment with Vittoria follows the canon until the moment with the battle with the bishop. Here our heroes are approaching the walls to leave the country, where Itsuki and Motoyasu are waiting for them. On behalf of Naruto. You two bastards. Besides the fact that you enslaved these 3 girls and Princess Melty, you also changed Ren's memory. Shouted this nonsense, Motoyasu. Answer me. Are you an idiot or are you? Ku has been my wife for 4.5 years now. Raphtalia and Lefana are for me, as well as for now, daughters. Fyro is like a younger sister to Lefana, and a daughter to now. And finally, Rin, she is our teammate and the younger sister that the two of us never had, Naruto said with a frown on his face. But Melty Melromark is a friend for Fyro, and if we had not protected her from the betrayal of her own guards, she would have been in the grave. After our altercation, I noticed the guards were missing and wanted to report. But Fyro began kicking without a word, and all the subhumans, in the form of the hero's spear and bow commands, flew to my feet, where now, and I created barriers and shields. As a result, what felt like the Baijidama Jubi crashed onto us. My barrier survived, but cracked and crumbled into millions of sparks. The patriarch, or bishop, stood before us, holding some kind of spear. Demons of the shield and mask, said the patriarch of the Church of Heroes in surprise. And you have almost the same strength as Jubi. Well, I can probably fight you on equal terms, unless of course this is just a one-time attack. I looked at the patriarch with a grin. I gestured to my team not to interfere in this battle, but to defend against the external threat on them. And you, looking at Motoyasu and Itsuki, they saw that the mask had become a fox and immediately began to turn purple. Don't interfere, he encroached on the sacred. To family, Naruto said in a growling voice. The following comes from the face of the observing god of beasts, Aus. He unlocked his true power and appearance. Well, what kind of person will he be? Hey, Aus, how is your task for the young man? Edward, the god of alchemy, asked me. And I heard that Althea gave the power of a watchmaker. Yes. I'm aware, and now the fun begins. I took a bottle of moonshine at the house, bought from Nevedamea, and drank a couple of sips. How is your Anton, what are you doing? Yes, he's floating in the womb, he waved his hand, but then a brilliant idea came to me. I am a genius in short watch Naruto, and I went to do a secret task. The end from the perspective of the god of beasts Ius. On behalf of the narrator. Naruto fell on all fours and began to transform into the fox, but just as the transformation was ending, Naruto was hit by arrows, but they immediately fell out of the hero's carcass, and he began to increase in size. It reached more than 300 meters, and both allies and enemies were in a daze, looking at the giant blood-colored fox. It's a demon. All the church servants from Maine shouted. Everyone wanted to start running, but the bishop stopped them and started shouting. Stop. We must defeat this demon, otherwise death will come to our world. The bishop shouted to his servants, and wanted to do something else, but did not have time. He was killed, squashed like a cockroach. And all the servants began to run away in all directions, but away from this demon. But they were stopped by the queen's army, and they were all arrested. Afterwards, all the heroes and their companions went to the palace, where the trial of the king and princess was to take place. The day of judgment has come. Our heroes went to the stadium where Naruto fought. The queen met us and escorted us to the meeting. POV Felix. So my vacation has come to an end. Naruto awakened the power of the creator. It's a pity for Anton, he argued with the creator, and now he must live his life again, but with God's change. And now he won't be able to remember me. So, what is this message? He looked at the lower right corner. Sender, Aus Dova. Recipient, Felix. Deriv, how was your vacation? Did it pass normally, without any intrusions into another god's home? Otherwise, last time I looked at the god of games and ruined his version of the system. How is its version? 3000, I think. I liked your Parampampum, and bought it for a couple of worlds, like Ender Lilies and New Union. There were good worlds. And yes, don't forget about our conversation. Oh, yes, I know that he. End POV Felix. POV Naruto. The trial of the king and the bitch was approaching. It passed as in the story of the original, after which the team went to the island. One day, Naruto, along with Raphtalia and Ku, went to meet with the Shinigami, as he received a message from him. Time skip until meeting with the Shinigami. The Shinigami told Naruto that he would send him to the Shirishiyam, where he would be taught his power. Also, Ku will become one of his Zanpakuto. His second Zanpakuto will be Zangetsu. Don't throw slippers. No ideas, those weapons that he forged will be his Zanpakuto. Also, Raphtalia will have her own Zanpakuto with the name Tonari, and it will consist of light or darkness. In Bankai form, she gains 3 pairs of wings and loses her animal features. Before entering the portal, we said goodbye to the Shinigami, and learned that his name is Akira. Pow-ra. A gargant opened above Shirishiyam, from which 3 people fell out. All the residents that broke through to them are empty. End Pow. From Faces Hichigo. This idiot and his girls passed out, and I have to save their asses. Shinigami. Having formed a hollow mask on my face, I grabbed these two and, hooking the weapon onto my back and belt, began to slow down the flight, releasing fire chakra from my legs. Although small, there was a change. And so we landed. I put the girls on the floor and, throwing off the katana along with the gunbai, took out a tisak from behind my back and waited for one of the guides to attack. But suddenly I felt that Naruto came to his senses, descended into the subconscious and, having outlined the situation, began to remove the mask from his face. From persons, Naru. So I open my eyes and see that my legs around the feet are burned, and Ku and Raphtalia are passed out. I picked up the gunbai and stood up. Aizen, who are you, and what did you forget? I'm Naruto Uzumaki, and this is my friend, pointed to Raphtalia, and this is my Zanpakuto in human form, pointed to Ku. We were sent here by a true Shinigami. Soi Fong, he couldn't send you, and how can you prove it? And plus, you were wearing a hollow mask, why should we believe you? His name is Akira. I have the hollow mask, because of my Zanpakuto, which is my brother, or alter ego. Ikamaru Jin, okay, we will believe you. But why are you here? Well, me and her, pointed to Raphtalia, sent here for training. As I found out, I can use Shurikai on a regular basis. Bankai and Kaikai are also available to me. But I can't use them because I don't know how. And yes, this tisak is my Shurikai, with Bankai it changes into such a katana. And Naruto unsealed his katana. Ruichi, okay, Urahara will take care of your training. In the meantime, escort them to the barracks. Naruto threw Ku on his back, he wrapped his fox tail around Raphtalia, and followed some guide. 1 year has passed in the series. Naruto learned his Bankai and Kaikai for both weapons. Zangetsu in the form of a Kaikai, without Ku, represented two massive two-handed weapons connected by a chain to the back of the wearer. At the same time as with Ku, he imagines a katana, about 2 meters long, and the horns of the hollow appear in the form of a vaster lord. Ku and Bankai form does not change, but Nara gains 8 more tails. At the same time, in his Kankai form, he has up to 15 tails, and the Kurama resembles Urohara's Bankai. Also, RGG can create gray on his tails. Now about Raphtalia. Her Shurikai is the katana that was used in the 2nd season. Bankai is represented in the form of a sword made of light. And finally, in her Kaikai form, she is able to summon 3 pairs of angelic wings, and can even heal a severed limb or resurrect it, but this takes a long time. The Ryatsu name of the Zanpakuto Tonari is a girl with 2 horns, reminiscent of Raiden Mei from Honkai, but her hair is scarlet, like her horns. Also, each of them learned 2 Kido. Bakudo 99 Black Coffin. And Hakuda 99 Cross Explosion. And now our heroes stand in front of the portal and say goodbye to everyone. Aizen approached Naru, told him to protect his wives and never give up. From the author, the Narik changed Aizen and made him kinder. And so our heroes enter the portal and find themselves in the world of Prototype 2. They see the battle between Heller and Mercer. Naruto, realizing that the first one is losing, attacks Mercer and, with a scream of absorption, touches Mercer, who is enveloped in a scarlet ball of blood. And then it slowly shrinks at the end, simply absorbed into Naruto's body. Afterwards, our hero fell to his knees and began to scream. Finally, Naru calmed down, Ku and Raphtalia ran up to him. And Heller slowly approached, asking what happened and who are they? To which our heroes, having explained the situation and said goodbye, left this world for the world of Tokyo Ghoul. Also, our hero got the opportunity to turn his right hand into a blade, like some developed ones, and cover his left with armor in the form of scales. The Devastator ability was also obtained. Once in the world of Ghoul, our heroes were immediately attacked by a psycho with a Kagun in the form of a wing, and behind them there were people from SSG who shouted to run to them, to which Naru immediately turned his right hand into a blade and cut the psycho into 2 halves, and then swallowed it, unlocking the ability to create wings from blood, as well as crystals that he could shoot. Having said goodbye to the investigators and having received from them quinks in the form of a katana, Naru and the girls went to Ark, where they tamed another one-man Aga, Diva, a polar owl and Shadowmane, in order to create a mini army of creatures that will help reflect the waves. Also, Naru decided to seal Raphtalia in a scroll, and that in a seal on his hand. And Kurama was absorbed into the seal and began to sleep there. And so RGG went to the world of Atomic Heart. Before the start of the game's canon, he became a genius in the sciences. He also took a glove, like the one from this world, and several ampoules with neuropolymer. The next world was solo leveling, where he met Sang Jinwoo, who was old. He asked him for strength, to which he said that he could not die, and the power would go to the one who killed him. Naru, without hesitation, suggested a method with absorption, to which Jinwoo agreed. After absorbing and testing his abilities, he realized that the entire shadow army of Jinwoo was with him. He said goodbye to his soul and went back to the world of the general staff. And then our heroes appeared in a clearing, next to which there was a view of the ocean. Wait, what? Ocean? Naruto shouted and began to look around. And then he noticed the town. While getting ready to go there, he remembered that he forgot to print the girls. After he printed them, they went to that town. How I slept, Kurama said, stretching. Naruto, what are we going to do? Raphtalia asked, looking at Naruto. Well, I think that first we should find out where we are now, and ask about other heroes. If, of course, they know about them, Naruto said, and they went to that town. After they arrived, Naruto began asking questions about where they were. After several hours they learned that this is an island called Kalmyra Archipelago, and its history is as follows. Since ancient times, the four holy heroes have been training in the Kalmyra Archipelago. The first settlers who created this island, Pangvliuk, Krolarin, Belkasha, and Sobukurt, became friends with the heroes and gave them names similar to the names of animals in their world. When the work of the pioneers was completed, they went in search of a new land. After that, no one saw them again. And at the same time, they learned that almost all the heroes are on this island. The only one missing was Naofumi, who found the dragon watch and went for help. So, after what we heard, I realized that we need to wait for Naofumi and talk to him. So let's go, it wouldn't hurt for us to rest, Naruto said, and went to the middle of the town to look for a place for them to rest. After they came to some hotel to rent rooms for rest. Hello, can I please have 2 rooms for one day? One for my companions, one for me, Naruto said, but was immediately interrupted. No, we will be with you. Both girls shouted. Okay, just calm down please. Okay, 1 number please, Naruto said, taking the coins out of the seal. 17th number 5 silver, said the girl behind the counter and gave the keys to Naruto. After paying for the room, they went to the indicated room. It looked like a spacious room, about 7 by 8 meters. The room had 2 windows facing the beach, and also had 3 beds and 2 nightstands. And in the corner, there was a book table next to which there was a small chair. Wow! Raphtalia was surprised. After that, our heroes chose a bed for themselves and went to bed. Timeskip 5.h. Yawns. Only 5 hours? Well, at least I rested a little, Naruto said, looking at the clock in the room. Getting out of bed, he went downstairs and ordered them breakfast, and a few minutes later, his 2 companions woke up. What do we do? Kurama asked, hugging Naruto's arm. Raphtalia nodded, also hugging Naruto's other arm, but then they see Itsuki. Oh, hi Naruto. Long time no see, how are you? Itsuki said with a slightly feigned smile. Very good, how are you? Naruto said with a fake smile. Naofumi and the queen should come now, are you coming? Itsuki said. Yes? Then let's go, Naruto said and followed him. After they walked towards the exit of the town, Naruto felt that they were not far away and would arrive in a few minutes. They're almost there, Naruto said grinning. When the queen's troops arrived, as did the queen herself. Motoyasu's team also appeared. He greeted Naruto the same way he greeted Itsuki. "How are you, Naofumi?" "Long time no see," Naruto said with a grin and extended his hand. "You know it yourself," Naofumi said and also shook his hand with a grin. "Oh, and Lafana has grown up," Naruto said and pointed towards the hugging friends. "Yes, and Raphtalia wasn't far behind either, she's the one who waved," Naofumi said. "So, we started talking about something else. Let's go to the ship, the queen is waiting for us there," Naofumi said, walking towards the ships. As they walked towards the boxes, Naruto asked Naofumi where Rin was. "Naofumi, Rin is with you, isn't he?" Naruto asked. "Yes, she is on the ship," Naofumi said as they approached the ship. "Hello, heroes, I think you already know about the upcoming wave and are ready for it, so go to the ships," the queen said. After they climbed in, Naruto saw Rin and also greeted her, but then Naruto noticed that there were two people on board the other ship that he did not know. "Hey, Naofumi, do you know who these two are?" Naruto said and pointed his finger at those two. "Eh? This is Terrace and Lark. I think you can rely on them more than those two heroes," Naofumi said, looking at them. "There's not much left until the wave, everyone get ready for battle," the queen shouted. And after these words, everyone began to be teleported to the wave. After all the ships appeared, they began to throw barrels into the water. "What are you throwing into the water?" Naofumi asked the guy who was standing next to him. "These are barrels of berries from which wine is made," he said. "It seems that alcohol even affects monsters," Naruto said, looking at the monsters that were lying on the surface of the water. After all the barrels that were in the water exploded, they began to attack the monsters. After a few seconds a wave boss appeared who looked like a penguin. He had crystals like ice on his forehead. He immediately began to destroy ships, after which Itsuki and Motoyasu began to attack him, and Lark and Terrace shot at him with harpoons, but to little avail. "Naofumi, you will have to distract him while we fight him off," the queen said. "Fine. Naruto, can you help?" he said as he sat down on Fyro. "Sure, not a problem. Raphtalia, stay on the ship and protect it with Lafana and Rin. Ku, get into the press," Naruto said, pouring chakra into his legs and unsealing his gunbai. After this, Naofumi activated his Soul Eater shield and began to attack the wave boss. Naruto ran across the water towards the boss and, not lagging behind, began to strike, which left deep cuts on the body of this monster. And then the boss began to attack and hit Naruto with his tail, causing him to fly towards the ships. "Here you go," he said and began to pass even more chakra through his legs to stop. Naruto slid along the surface of the water a little more, using his gunbai as a shield. After he stopped, Naruto began to run towards this boss. "Naofumi, get away from him. Otherwise, you will get hit," Naruto shouted at Naofumi. After Nao got out of the way, Naruto continued to run through the water towards this monstrously huge monster. With that, he sealed his gunbai and took out his Zanpakuto. Bankai Tensa Zangetsu? Not a full Bankai, and after that the Tisak turned into a katana forged by Naruto. After that, Naruto began to attack this monster, moving to the boss's head. He hit him on the neck, from which he began to quickly move to throw Naruto off. "Naofumi, air shield!" Naruto shouted. "Now! Air shield!" Nao said and an air shield appeared under Naruto. Naruto then stood on his shield and began creating shadow clones. Shadow cloning technique. Naruto said and 3 Naruto clones appeared from the smoke, with the same Zanpakuto as his. After that, they began to attack the boss from 4 sides. After a few minutes, Naruto's clones cheered as the wave boss was defeated by a blow to the head. "Are you alright?" Naruto asked after he came to the guys. "Yes, everything is fine, but the ships were a little damaged by the waves of water," Naofumi said. And then suddenly Terrace and Lark moved onto the boss's body and began to attack the guys. "Why are you fighting us off?" Naofumi asked in bewilderment, defending himself from Lark. None of your business, Lark said, attacking Naofumi. Lark, when will grass arrive? Terrace asked Lark, also rejecting Naruto. What? So you know her? She won't arrive, because she's sealed, Naruto said, pushing Terrace away from him. What? Then I quickly printed it out. They both shouted and began to piss them off even faster. Well, yes, I'll do it right away, Databeo. Consume all living Zangetsu. Naruto said, and the Zanpakuto began to turn into his true Bankai. You will find it on the internet. Naruto then threw them both away and started throwing punches at them that they couldn't dodge. After several minutes of such beatings, Lark and Terrace were unable to move normally. Well, will you kill us? Lark asked mockingly. No, I'd better let you go, because I already know that you won't bother us. And take your girlfriend with you, Naruto said and opened the grass. You'll regret this, Naruto, Lark said, moving into his world. Well, let's see, he said and walked towards his friends. After the wave ended, everyone began to gather in those ships that remained unharmed. Time skip. After everyone who was injured during the wave was healed, the queen began a meeting of all the heroes. And so, let's begin our meeting. I want to thank you for repelling this wave, and I also want to give special thanks to the shield hero and mask hero for defeating the wave boss and the people who came out of the wave. And I would like you to begin to raise your levels even more, said the queen. Sorry to interrupt, but I would like to say that Motoyasu and Itsuki did not do anything useful. I think that they need to start raising their levels, and also learn to work as a team, and not be willful, Naofumi said. Who would talk, cheater, they both said. I agree with Naofumi. When will you understand that this is not some kind of game, but a real thing that is happening right now, and if you die, you will not be resurrected, or if you do nothing, then no one will praise you. So just accept that this is not a game. Naruto said, a little annoyed. Calm down. So, I think you understand what you need to do. The meeting is over, said the queen. After that, everyone started leaving. Our heroes, after they went out into the street, began to discuss what they would do next. Naofumi, what should we do next? Asked Naruto. Do you remember what I asked the queen for as a reward? Naofumi asked. Well, yes, but what? Ah. Got it, are we going there? That's right, said Narek. What are you talking about? Lafana asked. Well, Naofumi asked the queen for your home village of Rolorona as a reward, Naruto said with an instructive look. What? Both girls shouted. Yes, so let's go, Naofumi said and got into the carriage. After the guys got into the carriage, Fyro began to walk towards Roloron. After several hours, they came to the village and noticed that construction had begun in it and there were residents of the village of Riot, and then Kill ran up to them. Hello. Mr. Naofumi, Kill said. Eh? Hello Kill. By the way, what's going on here? Naofumi said. Hi, Kill, long time no see, both girls said, hugging Kill. The residents of the village of Riot came here after they learned that you received this village into your possession, Kiel said, still in the arms of the two girls. Then everything was according to canon until the moment of the kiss, only instead of Raphtalia, there was Lafana. After that, everyone began intensively preparing for the next waves. Naruto's POV. A month has already passed since that wave, everyone in the village began to prepare for the next waves. That granny took Ligia and Kill as her students, and also, construction in the village was still ongoing. While I was walking through the village, I noticed Naofumi, who fought off the monsters along with Lafana and Fyro. Naofumi, what happened here? Asked Naruto. I don't know, these monsters flew here from the mountains and it seems they didn't appear from the waves, Naofumi said, absorbing one of the monster's wings. And then an hourglass sign with the number 7 appeared in front of me, and also, the time before the wave stopped, and then I noticed that Naofumi was surprised. Naofumi, did you notice this too? I asked, approaching him. yes, but what does the number 7 next to the hourglass mean? Naofumi said. End POV Naruto. And then the guys heard a loud roar, which made them almost faint, and then a shadow appeared in front of the guys. The queen is calling a meeting of heroes, please come to the meeting, she said and disappeared. After that, our guys got ready and went to the meeting. After they arrived at the meeting, the queen spoke. Hello, heroes. I think you all heard the roar that happened recently. This roar was caused by the fact that an ancient monster, the guardian of this world, the turtle spirit, had awakened, and all the monsters that appeared on the waves were under his control. So, heroes, help defeat this monster, said the queen. We refuse, because we came to this world only to repel the waves, said Itsuki and Motoyasu. 2 morons are strength, no brains, but beautiful. These are morons, said Naofumi. Can you tell me where the turtle appeared? Asked Naruto. She appeared in the kingdom of the turtle spirit, and you and your teams will have to go there, she said. After that, they went to Urheart and began to buy things for the fight with the turtle, and then Lafana notices that Ligia is worried about something. Ligia, what happened? She asked. Well, I want to become stronger, but I don't know how, said Lisik. Oh, I have an idea. Naofumi, you can come over yourself, Lafana said. After Naofumi came to them, she told them what Lisha wanted and offered to put a slave seal on her so that the distributed experience would help raise her level. Well, yeah, that's a pretty good idea, Naruto, don't you mind? Naofumi said. Well, yes, we can try. Raphtalia, let's go, Naruto said, walking towards Now. After that, they went to the slave trader and told her about the distribution of experience, and she agreed to be stamped. After this, they put a slave seal on Messiah. Well, everything is ready, said the slave trader. So, everything is ready, let's hit the road, Naofumi said after checking the status of the team where Lisha was. After that, the guys began to get on Pharaoh's cart and went to the kingdom of the turtle spirit. On the way, they came across refugees from this kingdom. It seems that the circumstances there are not very good, Naruto said, looking at the people who were walking in the other direction from the kingdom. I think there is a river there, next to which you can make a halt, said Ku. Then we'll stop there, Now said. After the guys stopped, they started cooking. Kurama, can you help me cook? And you, Naruto, catch some fish together with Lafana, said Naofumi. Yes, Now, said Ku. Sure, not a problem. Lafana, let's go, Naruto said, walking towards the lake. After Naruto and Lafana caught fish, Naofumi began to cook it, and after they ate, Vittoria contacted Fyro. Vittoria says that the choice she was talking about is connected with the turtle, Fyro said. Ask her for details, Naofumi said. She says she doesn't know about the details yet, Fyro said. Who are you talking to? Asked Ligia. After that, they told her about Vittorius, and that if all the heroes did not work together, she would simply kill them. After that, they continued on their way to the kingdom. On the road, they saw a crowd in which there was a man in a robe, saying that the other 2 heroes were dead. Hearing this, Lisha became hysterical, but Naofumi quickly calmed her down and asked Fyro to ask Vittoria if they were alive. She says that none of the heroes have died yet, said Fyro. I checked where they are. I can't say if they are alive, but I can say one thing, they are in this kingdom, Naruto said. What? How? Naofumi asked in bewilderment. Their energy is scattered somewhere in the middle of this kingdom, Naruto said. After that, an army of familiars began to attack them. Naofumi, distract them. Ligia, help people find shelter. Raphtalia, Lafana, attack them, Naruto said and began to attack the familiars. After they started killing, there were more and more of them. Because of this, Naofumi activated his rage shield and destroyed everyone with one blow, but after that a woman appeared. My name is Ost Kurai. Please kill me, shield hero, she said and disappeared. Our heroes arrived at a meeting where they discussed the fact that the turtle was in one place for 2 days after he destroyed the capital. After that, she came to where there would be a large crowd of people. And this place was the city of Lohirate. Naofumi intervened in the conversation. What do we need to do to defeat this monster? Naofumi said. We just need to unite all the troops, then we won't even need heroes, said one of the ministers. I would like to remind you that this giant destroyed one of my troops in a second, said another minister. Hearing this, I think that we will need the help of heroes, and to help them, 7 vassal heroes will go there, the queen said, and then the king's concubine, Horai, appeared. She said that she was the turtle's familiar, and she collected souls for her master in other countries through bed, or by other methods in order for him to stop the invasion of the waves, that she had to unseal it if she could not collect what she needed the number of souls, that its seal is broken, and it is controlled by the one who unsealed it, that he could be killed by cutting off his neck. Because of this, everyone began to discuss who would lead the squad that would be sent to kill the turtle. Naofumi, who was tired of all this, volunteered to be in charge and kill the turtle. After that, they went to the turtle spirit to kill it before it reached the city. After they arrived, Naruto and Raphtalia took out their Zanpakuto. Absorb all living Zangetsu, Naruto said. The world of illusions of Tonari, said Raphtalia. And after that they began to attack the turtle with huge crossbows, which damaged the turtle's back leg. Then the mines that were on the slope exploded and stopped him, but the turtle switched to long-range attacks and began to kill everyone. Let's go under the turtle. She shouldn't shoot at herself, Naofumi shouted and ran there. After they went that way, Naruto and Raphtalia went to the turtle and began to bite the turtle's neck. But her scales were strong, which made the otaki in vain. Raphtalia, absorb him into an illusion, Naruto said. The world of illusions of Tonari. Last sleep. Raphtalia said, and the turtle closed its eyes, but continued to move. That didn't help, Naruto said. And then the magicians began to bite the turtle's neck, which created a cut there, which Naruto and Raphtalia hit. Because of this, they were able to behead her, but Horai was alive, which left them both confused. Naruto, Raphtalia, retreat, Naofumi said. And after that they learned that it was necessary to destroy his heart, and that they could get there through his anus. After that they went there, and when they entered, they saw 3 people. Stop. Lark? Terrace? Grass? Naruto asked, recognizing their energy. Heh, you figured us out quickly, Lark said. Removing the illusion. Why are you here? Naofumi said. Yes, someone escaped from our world and wants to destroy this world. You may wonder, why are we here? Because this plays into our hands, but after that, he can destroy ours, so we came to stop him, Lark said. Okay. If you don't want to bring harm to this world, then we will have a truce, so let's go and defeat him, Naofumi said. After that, they split up and went to look for his heart, and then our heroes found the heart of a turtle, and Naruto immediately cut it in pieces, but it began to recover. Look who we have here, Shield Hero? It seems that your friends are cutting fake hearts, which will multiply every time it is cut, he said, and began to attack them. It's better to return all the souls and go to your world, Naofumi said. Yeah, I'll do that, he said, and activated the heart protection. Master Fitoria says that the turtle has been resurrected and is trying to cut off its head, said Firo. After that, they felt the turtle stagger as if something had been torn off. Naruto, otaku. Naofumi said. After that, Naruto cut the heart, and Horai began to fall without strength. And at that moment Lark, Terrace, and Grass came through the wall. Well, see you another time, he said, and created a portal below him, jumping there. After that, Lark, Terrace, and Grass followed him. Naofumi also wanted to go there, but something did not let him through. Shield Hero, I give you the power of a turtle heart. Now you don't have to use the Shield of Wrath. I will give you a mission, you must go to another world, said Horai, and began to crumble, after which they jumped into the portal, leaving Ligia and Rin as they were stayed to protect the queen. A series of Russian comics in the fantasy genre, published by Bubble Comics from 2017 to 2018. It is a continuation of the comic book Monk, which was published as part of Bubble's Second Wind initiative, and tells the story of a team of heroes who travel between worlds and the many worlds and protect them from the invasion of the Pantheon, an organization consisting of gods. The screenwriters were mainly Yevgeny Fedotov and Roman Kotkov, and the main artist was Matabek Musabikov. The plot of Planeswalkers intersects with other Bubble series in the Witch Hunt crossover arc, and after the completion of the comic, another crossover, Crusade, narrates the further fate of the characters. And so our heroes were transported. Everyone is in the world except Naruto. The god of alchemy appeared before him and offered a deal in exchange for the ability to control time, but there was also a condition for use. To which our gentleman agreed. After which my left hand, as well as my right eye, began to burn with unprecedented force, but after the pain ended, our boy noticed some changes in himself. His entire arm was covered with an autoprosthesis, inspired by Hajime Nagumo's prosthesis. And the right eye looked like a clock. The condition was that to use this power, he had to devour people, or rather their time. Remember Kurumi Tokisaki, and you will understand. Parampampamp, you got back the ability to control time, but, fine, absorb someone else's time, plus one ability regenerative immortality. After death, the carrier appears in an area 20 meters from the point of death. And his corpse falls into space. Similar to Kurumi Tokisaki. Having agreed on everything, Naruto ended up in the world of grass, or more precisely, at the moment when the heroes got out of the trap. Everything goes according to canon until the moment of Fyro's release. Together with Fyro, our hero notices a little fox with 14 tails who was in a cage. It turns out to be Kurama. From which our hero falls into proper anger and begins to mock the bastard who kept his beloved in a cage. Having mocked him and killed him, he intercepts his soul, and then, taking the form of a hollow, absorbs him. Then, having freed everyone, they go to the aid of Raphtalia, where everything goes according to the canon. But Lafana chooses clan-paired blades. That can transform into a bow. Tardalia said hello. Having finished with the opponents, they go together with Grass and her companions to Lark in the palace, where, after discussing everything, they go to bed except our heroes. And yes, Rin remained in the world of heroes, and with her part of Naruto's shadow army. And more than 100 live bait of different classes. And 4 magmasaurs that were supposed to knock down huge enemies from the ground with lava projectiles. But we will return to them later. Through time and a series of events that include Naruto's story about the Planeswalkers and the agreement between him and God. A wave began that Kazuna had never seen before. Having reflected it, they went to their world. After which Naruto, calling on the Angel of Time and taking the girls to his aid, set out to extinguish the vanguard of the waves. Having dealt with them and the younger god, Naruto returned to the world of VGSH. Captured Naofumi, Rin, and all of his own. After which he told about everything. The spear and bow died in the last wave due to their arrogance. Never loved them, saying goodbye to everyone and moving to the world of grass, where he told them everything. They went to Sariti, where Naruto began to think about how to fulfill God's request. And now our hero will begin a journey between worlds and meet many interesting personalities. Flashback. During Naruto's travels between worlds, he came across an old man in the interworld. As he later introduced himself as Neurosparta. Hello old man, why are you sitting here? Are you a world walker too? And what's your name? Naruto asked looking at the stranger. Young people don't respect old people at all. And no, I'm not a planeswalker, I'm a demon. Or to be more precise, the devil. My name is Neurosparta. And I sit waiting for my death, but everyone who came died from my power. And you are holding on. Nero said looking towards Naruto. Suddenly, a gunman flies out from behind Nero and hits Naruto in the stomach. From which he even recoiled. And in a moment, the Slayer absorbed into him and turned Naruto into a demon. Reminiscent of Nero, but there was a difference. He had horns and a hole in his chest. After Naruto regained control of his rage, he asked Nero what happened. "Old man, what happened to me, and why did your blade plunge into my stomach?" Naruto asked dumbfounded. Shket, what's your name?" "It's just that these blades can only be used by descendants of Sparta," Nero said in surprise. My name is Naruto Uzumaki." "And what?" Naruto asked. What was your mother's name?" "If it's Kushina, that means you're my grandson," said Nero. "Yes, my mother's name was Kushina Uzumaki." "So you are my grandfather?" Naruto confirmed. "It turns out so." "Well, grandson, I'm tired of life, and if you manage to somehow kill me, then please take these blades. And be happy," said Nero. "I have the ability to absorb. And I can absorb all living beings, taking away their memories," Naruto said. "Well, grandson. Then I agree," Nero said and began to wait for Naruto to use his ability. Naruto used absorption and learned a lot about his clan, how to use the power and how to make his hand and eye look like a human. And the non-mechanical one also absorbed into the armor a glove and a neuropolymer that can be used and created from its own Ryatsu. "Well, thank you Grandpa. With your memory, I learned a lot and I will have to return to my world and kill a large number of people for their actions. Well, I think I need to change my name. Maybe Ichigo. After all, according to my grandfather's recollections, my mother wanted to name me as a child. Naruto Uzumaki, or should I call you Ichigo now? I want you to go to one world and save the Yukai race and transfer them to Saryatia. In return I will fulfill one of your wishes." "Within reason," Edward said looking at Ichigo. "Call me Ichigo. From now on, they will call me." "I got you." "Well, do you agree to my proposal?" "Well then, there is another request, let Raphtalia and Rin go with me," asked Ichigo. "Okay, I agree," Edward said and opened the portal. After Ichigo disappeared into the portal. "Hee, this will be fun. Especially when he realizes what position he is in," Edward said after Naru disappeared into the portal. Present. 4 women gave birth. Yasaka, Ami, Makoto, Mei. The birth went well and 5 children were born. Yasaka gave birth to twins Naruto and Kuno. Ami gave birth to Ku. Makoto gave birth to Rin, she was a Nikosho. And Mei also gave birth to Raphtalia. Ivanai Ayuz is in shock and it seems he had not come for a long time in value. 5 years passed. During these 5 years, the children became very close friends and were always together. It was also a surprise to everyone that Naruto, by the age of 5, had 15 tails and a Ku who had only 14 tails, from their mothers who had only 9 and 7 tails. Naruto also managed to kill Edward in his thoughts more than 100,000 times. Naruto has had his mask on his face transformed since birth. During this time they regained their skills and weapons. Except for Rin. For her, Naruto specifically asked his mother for a katana as a gift for Rin. Another 13 years have passed, all of them are now 18. Our heroes told their parents that they love each other, and they were supported. So since this is the case, we need to return the plot to the right direction. Half a year has passed since then, where they were able to regain part of their strength. This year our heroes enter the Kwa Academy undercover to control the territory that was given to the demons. "Teachers, guys, let's meet, these are your new classmates. Please introduce yourself." Ichigo, hello everyone, my name is Ichigo Uzumaki. I love learning new things and my family. Please take care of me. Rin, my name is Amaki Rin. Just like Ichigo, I love learning something new and sword fighting. Raphtalia, my name is Raphtalia. I like to learn something new and also like to spar with Rin and Kurama. Please take care of me. Ku, Well, my name is Kurama, and I also like to do all of the above. Whispers began in the class about how beautiful the new girls were. Some girls whispered that they wanted to date Naruto, Ichigo, while others whispered that they wanted to date Kurama. Hearing this, Ichigo perked up. And Kurama hissed and grabbed his hand with the words mine. The rest of the day was normal for students. Until Kibayuto came for them. He said that Rias wanted to see them. In response to this, Ichigo, with the words that if she wants to see them, let her go herself. Having moved the kiba, our heroes went to the house they bought. The next morning our heroes went to school. The day was ordinary for schoolchildren. While the girls were studying, Ichigo went to the toilet and replaced himself with a clone. He went up to the roof and began to think about Edward's task. After finishing their lessons, Rias personally called them. While they were following her, Ichigo moved towards them in invisibility and, having dispelled the clone, continued on his way. Having reached the Shark Club, they sat on the sofa while the rest of her members stood against the walls. Well, Rias, why did you call us? Rias, first of all, I wanted to know if you believe in the supernatural. Our company replied no. Rias, what if I say that everyone here except you is demons? Having said this, Rias's entire retinue spread their wings. To which our heroes unleashed their bestial traits. Rias, so you are Yukai. How can this be? Ichigo, very simply, we can completely hide our aura and animal features. We also wanted to know why Yukai are in your retinue. And why is Shuri Hamajima's daughter here? Rias, how do you know about Kaneko? Without allowing Rias to continue, Ko said, her name is Shiron Tojo. And no other way. Well, why did you invite us? Rias, I wanted to invite you to become demons. Raphtalia will probably refuse. And also, according to the agreement between our races, it was said that Yukai cannot be turned into demons. That's why we take Whiter. We also take Akino away as punishment. In the form of a fine. At the end of Raphtalia's words, Naruto stood up and, calling upon Yamato, struck at the spiritual level, first in Shiron's chest, breaking the figure of evil. And then Akino's chest also breaks the queen's piece. After knocking them out, Ichigo throws the girls on his back and Yamato, cutting through the space, leaves, followed by his group. A month later, having collected almost all the Yukai, Naruto sends them to Tsurayuki. And he goes after the last Yukai. Namely, the Kuroka twins from Riser's group and one Wizard girl who is also in his group. Having collected all the Yukai, he goes to the Siricium. It all ends in a few moments. Rias is married to Riser. Yokai in Sirithia. And Naruto and his company are going into a new switch. But that's a completely different story. That's the end of the story, guys.